At one point, I was homeless, and I went to a food pantry, and it was central, and so they prepared all the food, they served all the food, they did all these things, and I thought it was so cool that a church was coming around and doing this thing that I never had seen churches do before. Because I'm sure that those people didn't know how much that just made a big difference in my day, in my life. At one point, I felt so empty and lost being in that situation, but being able to turn it around and help somebody else and being able to empathize with where they are from a first person perspective makes a huge difference. It makes me really feel like I can be the hands and feet of God. And so I would talk to the first few people online, and they were so thankful just to be able to have food, even if it was just for a couple days or a few days. These people are so happy that you're taking your time, that you're out there in the heat to give them anything, that they sometimes just would break down and cry. They would just not know what to say, know what to do. Like, that impact that you can make, I mean, there's just no words other than that for it. It's always trusting God and seeing the difference that God can do with even a dollar. The amount of food that's being provided with $4 or $5, I mean, that can provide meals for people. It's tangible things. People, are in very desperate situations and may not have the food to even be able to make it through that day. I've had several people that have told me that. One lady, she had no food whatsoever in her house, nothing. But $3 or $4 could provide her and her kids food for that day and maybe even another day. That's a major thing. If you're on the brink, I mean, just trust God. That's all. That's really the best thing that any of us can do. I know what it felt like to feel that uncertainty about where food is going to come from next. But I also know how great it feels when somebody helped just their time to be able to come and help me, a person they don't even know. Like, that is there's no words for that. We're out there to help. There's so much need out there that no matter how hard we work, it won't be met fully. If you just look at the example of Jesus, he worked into the night. He would preach till the late hours, till people were asleep when he was preaching, because the need was so great. And I feel like it's the same thing. We should work as hard as we possibly can to feed the need. It's just as simple as that.